Hi! When it comes to trading, many of us, we focus too much in terms of the outcome. Outcome meaning what? The end results. Whether we are having a profit or having a loss. If we are having a loss, we think that we failed. Or if we are having a profit, we thought that we are very successful traders. So when it comes to trading, actually, do we need to focus in terms of the process, or should we focus more in terms of the outcome? This is one of the top characteristics of successful investors and traders. And out of the top 6 characteristics of a successful traders and investor, how many do you have? Later, we are going to discuss about these top 6 characteristics. Welcome to our Excellent Trading and Investing YouTube channel. My name is Ting Ting. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and please on your notification bell. Now, before we discuss about these top 6 characteristics of successful investors and traders, let me ask you one question. Are traders born or made? I give it 10 seconds to give it a thought whether traders are born or made. The same question can be asked as like whether a successful businessman, they are born or made, and athletes, whether they are born or made. I believe by now you have the answer. Now, before I disclose the answer for you, let us look at one of the important data. Now, this data shown by Global Leadership Development Training annual spending, and meaning that how much they spend on leadership development and training. In 2019 alone, they spent in total USD 370 billion. And in US alone, they spent 169 billion. What does this data show or prove to us? It shows that actually they believe that leaders can be developed. That's the reason why they spend so much in terms of leadership development and training. Now, when it comes to traders, if you want to become a trader, the skill sets required by traders is both from hard skills and soft skill. Hard skill meaning from technical perspective, soft skill more towards like some things that you can't see, you can't feel, is like your emotion, trading psychology. These are all soft skill. So for example, hard skill from fundamental analysis to technical to quantitative to technology skills, and soft skill from emotional intelligence until thinking skills, problem solving skill, etc. So whether a trader is being born or made, if you look at this all skill set, in short, both hard skills and soft skills can be learned. This is a very good news. And so in short, for this particular question, are traders born or made? Easily we can say that traders are both born and made, meaning that it can be a born or it can be a made. And you can learn to become a good trader. So I believe many of you, luckily, it can be learned. Now, what are the top 6 characteristics of a successful trader or investors? And if you look at the top 6 characteristics from there, you can try to inculcate some of the characteristics, or if you do not have, try to inculcate that and have that kind of characteristics. Now, what are the top 6 characteristics of successful investors and traders? First one, decision making and problem solving. You'll be very surprised that decision making, is it a problem? Later, I'm going to show it to you why decision making and problem solving is so important. And all the successful investors and traders, they do have these skills, which is decision making and problem solving. The second one is attention to details. The third characteristic is learning from mentors. Number 4 is they stay focused. Number 5 is dealing with trading stress. How do they deal with the trading stress? And they are very successful in dealing with their trading stress. And the final one is focus on process, not outcome. Sorry, you can't see the word not outcome. I'm going to go into details about these top 6 characteristics of a successful investor and traders. Just a quick question I'm going to ask you. Out of these 6, which one do you think that you have? Which characteristics that you have? Do you have 2 or 3, or only have 1, or none that you have? But if you do not have any of these characteristics, don't worry. You can start to learn from now. Even through our life, we can learn this kind of characteristics. Now let's start with the first, decision making and problem solving. You'll be very surprised when it comes to decision making. Many of the traders or investors, especially beginners, they dare not make the decision. For example, they tend to ask people, can I buy these stocks? Can I buy? Can I long at this moment? Should I cut my position or should I do what? But the problem is, even I let you know, do you dare to take the decision or not? Sometimes even I let you know that, hey, you should close your position. You hesitate, you try to ask a second person, third opinion, fourth opinion, until you think that majority will tell you that you need to close your position, only you dare to do that. But decision is very important. Many of us, when it comes to execution, right, they dare not even press the button to go and buy or sell. And this is very important. And look at this term, this phrase. Good decisions come from experience, and experience come from bad decision. So sometimes don't worry about bad decision. At least you take a decision, you take a stand, you make a selection. From there, we learn from our mistakes. And even in our life, many of us, we dare not even make a decision. And when you're stuck at a junction, that is the problem, the starting of the whole problem. Whether should I attend this class or whether should I adopt these strategies, you tend to ask people. But you are the one, you know yourself the best. There's a reason why you must dare to make a decision. And the second part is the problem solving. You always need to identify your problems and get a solution and find a solution for any underperformance. Sorry, you can't see the words, but don't worry. Any underperformance, at least you find a solution. Now, for example, when it comes to trading, we do have trading journals, from those who attended LLF to your BMW to your FTSS to an ATM as well. Along the way, every class, we inform you that trading journals is very important, because from trading journals, you are able to identify what is the problem for these particular trades, and you need to find a solution. The same mistake don't repeat twice. So finding your problems and get a solution towards it is important. And if you notice, those successful traders or investors, they are very good at making a decision. They never hesitates to make a decision, and they are very good and strong to solve a problems, not to create more problems. Now, second characteristics, attention to details. Details very important. Sometimes when it comes to trading, part or very small part of the details, if you really can identify it, you'll find that there's a big gap, or there's a big difference in terms of the results that you are able to generate. Now look at what Thomas Edison already mentioned. Success is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. Anything, at the end of the day, we need to put in hard work. There's no shortcut. There's no freelance. We will need to put it whatever our hard work and really make it work. And remember, can you see? We repeated 3. Details, details, details. Always pay attention to details. For example, when it comes to trading journal, do you really understand what has happened for this particular trade? And if you really keep your trading journals years after years, you'll notice that some of the mistakes can be avoided, and you are going to do better when times pass. Third characteristics, learning from mentors. And if you notice that reinvent the wheel, do you reinvent the whole wheel or not? No, you take out the reinvent, and actually whatever you see, when it comes to learning, we have templates. Use that particular templates rather than start from scratch. It is hard to start from scratch. So you use that particular templates, duplicate it, and start to use it. And in your later stage, only you start to amend a bit, or modify a bit, or rectify a bit. It will be way easier than you start from zero, or what we call it as you start from scratch. And as a mentor, we can help you to accelerate your learning curve. We cannot help you to run away from it, but you can shorten your learning curve and you can learn faster. From there, you'll know that what you can do, because we already went through the whole process. The fourth characteristic is stay focused. You must be very focused when it comes to trading. Don't be multitasking. Certain people, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that as well. Then everything you want at once. Then certain people at the same time, I learn how to invest in properties, stocks, futures, derivative products as well. But everything you don't really focus, and everything you know part of it. So at the end of the day, you're not master of everything. You're only everything, you also know surface, part of it. So you must be very focused in what you want to learn and what you want to achieve. For example, I do set targets of, let's say every year I want to generate at least 20%. I need to be very focused into how can I generate the 20% within a year and in a consistent basis. The fifth characteristics dealing with trading stress. When it comes to trading, many of us, we suffered. Definitely we have a stress, definitely we have a failure, but do you able to bounce back from your failure or not? Especially every 10 years a cycle, you will see that many of the traders being, in a way, they disappeared from the industry totally. Because when you suffer, do you know how to bounce back? But when you fail, do you know what caused you to fail? Don't burn your money easily. There's two ways to look at it. First way is some of them, they always bounce back from failure, but they don't even know what happens. They will repeat their failure. Second type of person is they fail and they will never come back because they find that I'm not good at all, and failure will cause them to never come back in the industry anymore. So you must know how to bounce back from your failure. And when it comes to trading, remember one thing: even how good is your strategies, on average, if you can make your strategies to have a 50% of winning trade, you're considered very good already. Then the remaining of the 50%, you will need to suffer from that. But if you know what is happening, that is good. So from all the failures itself, you must know how to bounce back. When you suffer badly, do you know how to handle your trading stress? Those successful traders and investors, they know very well how to handle or deal with their trading stress. And the last characteristics is focus on process, not outcome, not the end results. Why we say so? Very important. I give you a very layman explanation. For example, if today I want to keep fit, I want to reduce my weight. Some of the girls, every day, they will go and weigh whether I reduce 1 kg or not, 2 kg. If not, they find that maybe it's not good enough, etc. But if you really focus your whole process, for example, I make sure that I'm very careful in terms of my diet. I make sure that every day I do a workout, I exercise or I do my workout. Or every day I reduce my working hours and go for more exercise, etc. If you're consistently doing that and you are very focused in terms of your process, you know that the outcome will follow in tandem. You don't worry about the outcome, it's just sooner or later. The same thing when it comes to trading, you know that just now I mentioned to you, 50% of the time, your trading might not be successful because of your strategies. But if you know that the whole process, before even you start, you already come up with your trading plan or your trading system, and you know what is the disadvantages of your trading system itself. For example, this system, 50% of the times they are working, 50% of the times they are not working. You already know, you have in plan, and you follow in tandem. Believe me and trust me, at the end of the day, your results, you are able to see that. But the problem is many of us, we only focus on short-term outcome and end results. And because of that, you keep on changing from one system to another system to another system. At the end of the day, you find that none of the system work as well. So I hope that with these top six characteristics, you can in a way discover yourself, which characteristics that you have, which you do not have, and start to inculcate those characteristics that you do not have. And I hope with these top 6 characteristics, it helps to build you, to become a successful traders or investors. We are going to see you in our next video. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and please on your notification bell. I see you in our next video. Bye.